old hen, she lays eggs for the railroad men. Sometimes one, sometimes two, sometimes enough for the whole damn crew. The old hen can sing, it makes sense way last spring. The old hen can fall, and it makes sense way last fall. When she cactus, I throw her in the pot. Cluck old hen, like when I tell you, cluck old hen, or I'm gonna tell you. Cluck old hen, cluck and sing, and makes us make us spring. Cluck old hen, cluck and sing, and makes us make us fall. Sometimes 8, sometimes 10, that's enough for the railroad day. But old hen, what can I say? England makes us way last spring. But old hen, what can I say? England makes us way last fall. Well, hi, I'm Rick Palieri, and welcome to another chapter in the Songwriter's Notebook. And we're going to have a good old time today because we have Mayfly with us today. It's a new name from a group that has many different kind of names, sort of carving out a whole history here of traditional style music in the Burlington area. So we have Katie and Julia. How you doing?
Good.
Welcome to the Songwriter's Notebook.
Thanks for having us.
Well, I really enjoyed the way that you played music when you were doing the Young Traditions concert that Mark Sustek put together. That was the first time I saw you, and I said, I got to get these folks on my show because I think that a lot of the young people are starting to get really excited about this old-time music again. And I'd like to just talk a little bit about how both of you got inspired to play this music. Who wants to start?
Well, I was about 16 when I joined Village Harmony, which is a well-known singing ensemble in the Marshfield area in Vermont. And after that, I was really into folk music and close harmony singing, and I had a lot of friends who did that. And I went on tour with them in the local areas. And then I had some friends who were into old time. They played banjo, and it just hit me in the heart, and I really, really loved the sound of it. And I learned from them how to play the fiddle. And I've had a few lessons from people like Pete Sutherland and my teacher in Maine, Greg Boardman, who's a fabulous fiddler. But old time, the southern rhythmic stuff is what has really gotten to me.
And Julia?
Well, I've always kind of done it on my own, and I guess I met Katie in high school at St. John's Berry Academy, and every day after school we would just hang out and sing and ride horses, and she taught me all of the traditional tunes that she knew, basically while we were swimming and mountain streams and riding on the back of her horse. But I did do one Village Harmony camp. We went to the Caucasus Republic of Georgia, and there we had a string band, and we shared the string band tunes, old American tunes, with the Georgians, and they shared their traditional folk music with us. That was really inspiring.
So how did you guys get the idea that maybe we should take this thing on the road?
Well, we started doing open mics a couple years ago, and we didn't realize the effect that it had on other people until that point when people started encouraging us. And this guy wanted to record us, and then we got inspired by that and figured maybe we could make something of this. And local cafes have been really supportive in getting our name out there.
What I'd like you to do is, I know you have a whole bunch of songs that you want to share with our viewers. So what's next on the agenda?
Well, because we love to do close harmony singing, and that's one of our fortes, maybe we could do an a cappella. Old Virginia?
Sure.
This is a song I learned from my friend Susanna Armstrong Park, a mutual friend of ours, and she did Village Harmony as well in Northern Harmony. Once I lived in Old Virginia. North Carolina was my home. There I courted a handsome lady. Oh, I called her my own. Her hair was yellow and her eyes were sparkling, and on her cheeks were rosy red, and on her breast she wore white lily. Oh, the tears that I have shed. Well, that reminds me, I just recently got an email from a woman I don't know, but she found us on MySpace, and she wrote me this really long email about how she thought our music was intoxicating, was the word she used. And I think that to people our age who hear this kind of thing, maybe it brings up something in them that is very familiar, but also just distant enough. It's kind of like a remnant of history, you know. And so in the music, it evokes some sort of imagination. It's intoxicating in that way, but it's also something familiar because it's the voice, you know, and everybody uses their voice. And I think what we've inspired in a lot of our friends is some sort of sense of joy, but also, well, maybe I can do that, you know. And these two girls who have no training, you know, not a lot of musical training, can do this, and they've seen our progress. And I think they find something familiar, but also intoxicating about it.
Lyrics are very realistic, and they talk just about real life, and they also portray a sense of history that I think we've kind of lost through new music. It's real, and it's so accessible. It's really simple enough for anyone to play and for anyone to springboard off of.
Well, hope to see you again on the Songwriter's Notebook, and continue with your good music playing. Come on, play a little bit more. This is Mayfly. Go ahead. Just keep on playing.